Hey everybody, Chris Parry here with your 3-minute hit on a company that we talked about a bunch about 6 months ago. Haven't talked about much since, and that's Wellfield Technologies. This is a company that was going between $1 and $2 pretty regularly, up and down. It seemed like there were big guys that were prepared to step in if it dropped to around $1, and those guys were prepared to jump out again and take their profits when it hit 2. But hey, cryptocurrency took a bit of a hit in May, and so too did Wellfield stock, down to about 50 cents. Since then, it's been pretty flat, which, considering where everything else has been going in that time, is probably a good thing. Wellfield is a disruptor in the crypto space. So the fact that cryptocurrency is having some problems isn't necessarily damning to Wellfield. In fact, Wellfield's business plan is to change up the way cryptocurrency is utilized so that the problems it's currently having will be much less problematic. So what Welfield wants to do is basically say, hey, this current system where you have to basically do an MA in computer technology to figure out how to buy crypto, it's not really good for the general retail space that would like to maybe buy some to use it as currency. Right now, it's just used as a store of wealth. And that is based on people wanting to buy more of it and hold it than they do sell it. And so that isn't really the way life works. You buy a car, you sell a car. You don't necessarily buy many cars and sit on them waiting for wealth to accrue. So if crypto is going to become a currency, which is what it was supposed to be in the first place, it needs to have a lot of technological changes so that it's actually useful for that. Right now, when you do a transaction with Bitcoin, it's not like doing an ATM. It's not like just going out and tapping your card. You're waiting hours sometimes for everything to go through and to be verified by 1,000 computers in 1,000 places around the world. Not entirely useful for purpose. Wellfield wants to take that away. So instead of having to do your purchases through an exchange that has to go out into the world and buy and sell, and if you want your money back, you've got to wait for the exchange to get its act together. Someone else has got their own exchange, and everyone's paying giant commissions because the exchange can charge whatever the hell it wants. Take away the exchange, make the peer-to-peer transactions a thing, so that you actually got crypto back to where it initially was supposed to be, which is not just in a clunkier, longer time frame bank, but in an actual unstructured peer-to-peer, zip around the world transaction. So if I've got Ethereum and I want to buy something from you on so many Bitcoin, I don't need to sell my Ethereum, buy Bitcoin, and then do a trade through an exchange. I can just basically say, let's use Wellfield's technology and we'll make that a one-step transaction. Once that can happen, the Coinbases of the world, you don't need them anymore. All those exchanges that suddenly die overnight because someone forgot the damn password, all those exchanges that die overnight because someone pretended to die in Bhutan, they're gone. You don't need that anymore. The biggest bottleneck in crypto is being removed by the technology and the acquisitions and the plugging those acquisitions together that Wellfield is doing. Now, what is the risk? Well, the risk is that cryptocurrency goes away entirely, that everyone just loses their nerve and says, I'm never doing that again. Unlikely, because the crypto bros will never, ever say die. There'll always be people who are willing to jump back into something new, especially though if that something new becomes more streamlined. The day that I can hit a button in PayPal and put Bitcoin into my wallet, the day that I can use Wellfield's products to take that wallet and buy a new car because it's easier than going for a damn car loan, now we're talking. Now we're talking about an actual useful, non-centralized currency, which was the promise of crypto from the beginning. Right now it's baseball cards and beanie babies, and that isn't useful for nobody. So if Welfield can get together what they've been saying they're going to get together, then this thing will be a big old pop. And at 45 cents to get a company that's further along than it was 4 months ago at $2, that's a bargain if they can hit it out of the park. Now, currently Welfield loses money every quarter. It's lost 4.7 million in the last quarter. It lost less than that the quarter before. But they also acquired CoinMama, which has a 3 million or so person, I think from memory, customer base, has money coming in. So those numbers should change around. The CoinMama purchase also was the third pillar of a 3-pillar strategy to bring things together. You got the back end with one of their acquisitions. You got the front end with the other acquisition, and now you've got the actual exchange with people using it on the third end. So this is, for me, where the rubber hits the road, if Welfield can deliver. Now, the fact that there are those big guys that were keeping it propped up aren't propping it up anymore, that's a cause for concern. But it also means you now get it at 45 cents instead of $1.45. So for me, better time to be buying now, especially seeing as it's gone from about 35 cents to 45 just in the last few weeks. There's something happening here. There's a little less fear about crypto. And if this thing can actually make crypto work to the promise that the crypto bros have been throwing around all the last couple of years, as they say, have fun being poor, then, you know, this could be $1 billion company. It could also be a flop. There are many flops in the crypto space, but I think what they're trying to do is necessary. What they're trying to build is what's necessary for cryptocurrency to really bloom and to become what it should have been in the first place. Right now, it's a dog's breakfast. It's an absolute mess. It's carnies. It's idiots that don't understand what they're getting into, but just know that there are other people getting rich doing it. It needs to be a real financial system, and Welfield is trying to bring that together. So as much as my Welfield stock is down from the $1.20 or so that I averaged at to the 45 cents today, full disclosure, I want this thing to go up. But, you know, the reason that I still have that stock is because I believe in what they're actually doing, and I believe in the people that are doing it. So at 45 cents, that to me is a time where I'm starting to look at averaging down. There's definitely been a floor set over the last couple of months. There's definitely an upward swing right now. I think it's interesting. Your own risk is your own risk. Go out, talk to the people you trust, talk to your religious advisor, talk to your financial advisor, talk to your sexual advisor, whatever advisors you've got. Talk to them about this thing. Look at the website, see what they're doing, see the value that I think you get right now being as reasonable, and you might make the same decision as me. WFLD is the ticker symbol, Wellfield Technologies. Not a client currently.